Hello friends, this video will be the exciting one because in this video I will show you my portfolio as it stands today when recording this video. Obviously when we're going to talk about investing on this channel, I feel like to win over your trust I need to show you where my money is at and not only talk about investing and money here but actually show you what I have been investing in. I understand that there is a small ego danger there because when making public my positions to you, human nature determines almost that I have a need to be right, and that might affect my own investment decisions, which can be a danger. But then again, if you watched my first video, I made it pretty clear to you guys that I'm not afraid of making mistakes. So if I make a mistake with some investment in some stock, that's okay by me as long as I learn from those mistakes. So by acknowledging the danger I have here in making my positions public, I try to overcome that with the fact that I know that it's okay to make mistakes. And as Peter Lynch even said, if you're right 6 times out of 10, that's good performance. So let's go with that. Obviously myself, I wouldn't trust people who only talk about stocks and talk about investing without disclosing their own positions, because, well, everybody knows it's pretty easy to talk, but the actions are the ones that take courage. So to be honest, I'm not following too many persons myself who don't disclose their positions on stocks they are talking about, to be honest. And yeah, I feel like I need to disclose them to you if I'm gonna win your trust over here. But what I do say is that I will show you my positions as percentages and not as euro sums. To be honest, I, at least at this point, want to keep that private, a little bit privacy there. But then again, I don't feel like I have a need to show the actual euro amounts to you, because to me it really doesn't matter if I have 1 million euros in stocks, or I have 100,000 euros in stocks, or I have 50,000 euros in stocks, or I have 25,000 euros in stocks. It doesn't matter to me because I would do the same amount of work and do everything exactly the same. The euro amount doesn't matter to me. So that's why I feel like I don't need to disclose that information to you. But what I obviously want to say is that the amount of money I have in stocks and ETFs, it's a significant amount of money for me. So I do the best work I can with it so that I can make the best ever investment decisions with it. Also, what I want to tell you is that on top of stocks and ETFs you are about to see next, I have invested in real estate too, with money that is borrowed as a debt, obviously. So those are my asset classes, so to speak. And yes, after now roughly a bit over 4 years of investing in stocks and ETFs, my portfolio stands today when recording this video up plus 73%. So what you are about to see next, which stocks and ETFs I have. Of course, bear in mind that 73% was achieved also with the stocks I have already previously bought and already sold. So probably you knew that already, but saying it out loud here too. So I think next let's have a look at what's in the portfolio, and after you have seen it, then you know where my money is at the moment, and that serves as a good background knowledge for you as we move along towards the future with this channel. So let's check it out then, shall we? So here it is, my full portfolio. As you can see, there is pretty much stuff in there. So what we will do is that if you want to take a closer look at this pie chart, which shows the whole portfolio including the stocks, the ETFs, and cash I have available for buying more stocks or ETFs, then I suggest you pause the video now. You can pause it now, and then we will continue to 2 other pie charts which will show you only the stocks I have and only the ETFs I have, so that it's a little bit easier for you guys to follow this one. But what I do want to highlight from this specific pie chart with all the information in it is the cash position I have right here. 12% cash at the moment. Not any specific reason why I have 12% cash at the moment. Just keeping a little buffer for unexpected crashes to happen so that I could buy more of the good stuff, basically. That's about it. So if you want to have a closer look at this complete portfolio, I suggest you pause the video now for a short while, and now we move on to two other pie charts where I have stocks and ETFs separately, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to follow, and I will also provide you with short explanations to what the stocks are about, what the ETFs are about, so that you know the companies I have invested in and you know the ETFs I have. And I think that's a good place for us to start our journey together on this channel. So let's take a look at the stocks now. So here I have in the pie chart the same stocks you saw in the previous slide, but now we obviously have only the stocks here. I'm gonna give you short descriptions of every company so that you know what I'm invested in at the moment, and you can read more about them after this video if you would like to. First of all, as you can see, my biggest position at the moment is Alibaba, 24%. And Alibaba is a Chinese e-commerce giant, much like Amazon in the US, with large ecosystem of different businesses. Through technology enables businesses to reach other businesses and consumers. Alibaba has 4 business segments, of which commerce is the biggest. Other 3 are cloud computing, digital media and entertainment, and innovation initiatives. Alibaba mainly operates in China, but is expanding also internationally. Alibaba owns also 33% stake in Ant Financial, Alipay mobile payment platform. So, obviously I'm pretty bullish on Alibaba, as that is my biggest holding. I will do a separate video on Alibaba, and I will publish it together with all this in this first batch of videos, so we will take a closer look at Alibaba in that video. Next up is Gazprom with 14%. Gazprom is a global energy company focused on geological exploration, production, transportation, storage, processing and sales of gas, gas condensate and oil, sales of gas as a vehicle fuel, as well as generation and marketing of heat and electric power. World's largest natural gas supplier with 16% of world's gas reserves. Majority owner is Russian state, provides also over 1/3 of EU's gas supplies. As you might know, recently the natural gas prices have seen a big climb up recently, and that has also made Gazprom stock go up as well. So just an interesting note there that the natural gas business has been recently kind of hot topic. But moving on to number 3, Berkshire Hathaway with 11%. Berkshire Hathaway is an investment conglomerate owned and operated to large extent by one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett. This is my opinion, obviously. Owns great variety of businesses and also has stakes in other companies. So probably if you watched the first video, you already know by now that I'm Warren Buffett fan, so why not own his company too in my portfolio? Next, Alphabet, 10%. Better known as Google. Google operates through 3 segments: Google Services, Google Cloud, and other bets. Services include Android, Chrome, hardware, Google Maps, Google Play, Search, and YouTube. Google has roughly 90% share of global search engine market. So obviously, as I am making these videos to YouTube, I obviously need to own the parent company who owns YouTube too. Great service, I think. No, just joking. I think Alphabet's Google is a magnificent company and something I waited for quite a long while before I purchased it, but I just wanted a certain portion of my portfolio being Alphabet because the company is simply pretty amazing in my opinion. Moving on to Essity with 8%. Essity is a Swedish company developing, producing and selling personal care, consumer tissue and professional hygiene products and solutions globally. Portfolio of products include incontinence products, baby and pant diapers, baby care products, personal care products, paper-based products like toilet paper, as well as related service and maintenance to public venues. Essity has sales in approximately 150 countries. In terms of sales, the largest markets for Essity are United States, Germany, China, France, UK, Spain, Mexico, Colombia, Netherlands, and Italy. So, kind of, as I told you earlier, I have been working in fast-moving consumer goods industry myself, so that's actually where I paid also attention to these types of products Essity is making. And with the Corona now being with us for the last year and a half, I feel like Essity has also maybe some tailwinds due to Corona because their products are hygiene products, and one of the big macro things behind all of this investment, I think, is that with Corona people start to pay more attention to hygiene overall, so that is kind of the big idea behind Essity in my portfolio, or one of the reasons I have it. Moving on to Intel Corporation, 8%. Intel designs, manufactures and sells essential technologies for the cloud, smart and connected devices worldwide. Intel has two segments, PC-centric business and data-centric businesses. PC-centric consists of Client Computing Group, data-centric includes Data Center Group, Internet of Things, Mobileye, Non-Volatile Memory Solutions Group, and Programmable Solutions Group. Client Computing Group derives 54% of company's revenue and Data Center Group 35%. So as there has been chip shortage in the world, that's kind of as the macro tailwind behind Essity was Corona and the importance of hygiene. I also want to be exposed to a company making those chips that the world so badly needs, along with other things Intel does. Moving on to Baidu with 8%. Search engine of China. China's Google with strong technology focus. Offers many internet-related services and hosts an ecosystem of hundreds of millions of users, millions of developers, and hundreds of thousands of enterprises. Baidu app had last December 2020 544 million active monthly users. Baidu core segment accounts of 70% of Baidu's revenues and consists mainly of online marketing services and non-marketing value-added services, as well as company's three so-called growth engines: mobile ecosystem, AI cloud, and intelligent driving and other growth initiatives. So, as you can see, there is big technology focus, China and technology focus in my portfolio, and overall, you probably already guessed, my feeling is that these companies have been, throughout recent years, undervalued, and that's why I own them, Baidu also. And when we got started in a good pace with the technology companies from China, let's go one more. So JD.com with 7%. A competitor of Alibaba, Chinese e-commerce platform and retail infrastructure service provider. Offers great variety of different kinds of consumer products. JD.com provides also online marketing services, supply chain and logistics services for various industries, and financing services for customers. At the end of 2020, JD.com operated around 900 warehouses across China. JD.com has a strategic cooperation agreement with Tencent, and Tencent is the biggest owner of JD.com with almost 17% ownership. Also, Walmart owns JD.com by over 9%. So, actually, I used to own a bigger portion of JD, but I sold kind of half of it a year ago or so, and that already paid me back my initial investment. So you might say that I'm playing with the house money here, so to speak, with JD.com. So all the money I have in JD now are basically profits I already made with JD.com stock. So that stock has served me well. Then the two last ones, those are the two Finnish companies in my portfolio. First, Olavi. Olavi is a Finnish manufacturer and seller of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks in Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, and just started operations also in Denmark. Portfolio of products include beers, ciders, long drinks, mineral waters, juices, soft drinks, energy drinks, sports beverages, kvass, whiskey, hard seltzers, and others. 2020 Olavi's revenue was 414.9 million euros. Currently 42% of Olavi's revenues come from Finland. Olavi aims to keep its portfolio of offerings versatile and wants to achieve growth both organically and through acquisitions. Olavi was a company I followed for a long time, and what struck me well has been their very years and years long-term performance they have had, and the stock has gone up also practically all the time they have been a publicly listed company. That was something after I researched the company that I wanted to hop onto and become Olavi's owner with this small portion of my portfolio at the moment. Definitely a interesting company I'm following all the time with their international business also in other countries in the Eastern Europe mainly and Baltic states, and now recently opened in Denmark too. And finally, Atria. Atria produces meat and other products in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Estonia, and internationally. Atria's portfolio of products include fresh and consumer-packed meat, poultry products, sausages, cold cuts, spreads, convenience food, animal feed, pet food, and vegetable/vegan products. Revenue for the company was in 2020 approximately 1.5 billion euros. Again, as you can see, I have from the fast-moving consumer goods industry, I have Essity, Olavi, and Atria in my portfolio. Also, obviously, I have some background knowledge since I have been working in the industry, so I know these companies, and I have been since then following them and researching them, and have decided that at least these three I want to own in my portfolio for now. This was my stocks in my portfolio now, and next we will turn our focus to the ETFs you already saw in the show, which I already showed in the first pie chart we went through. So let's have a quick look at those next. So here are my ETFs. Just a quick note, as you probably saw in the last slide and now on this slide. Last slide was stocks only, and this is ETFs only. So I have taken away the cash position in both of them, which you saw in the first slide already. So that as a quick note. And now let's turn our focus to ETFs here, which I own. And just going quickly back, I'm going to show you. Indeed, 62% of my portfolio is now in these stocks you just saw, and ETFs, I have 27% of my portfolio now. And now let's talk about the ETFs. So first, you see I have highlighted with blue color 4 of them here. I first explain to you what that means. I have with my broker a monthly automatic investment going to these for ETFs every month. So automatically a certain amount of money is invested every month to these ETFs. That's, I feel, we can make another video about ETF investing, but that is just something I've already wanted to keep in my portfolio, just so that I constantly buy something every month to my portfolio. So taking away like the spreading the risk across the time, let's say so. And this is a way to do it. You buy every month these ETFs, no matter if the market is going up or the market is going down, and then you will, in the long term, achieve the average results of what these ETFs present, what they correspond to. So okay, let's take a look at the ETFs I have here. First, biggest position when we talk about these ETFs, 35% in Franklin China. This is just exposure to large and mid-capitalization stocks in China. The top holdings of this ETF include Tencent and Alibaba. They together make over 20%, or at least in October made together over 20% of this ETF. Next up, iShares Core MSCI Emerging Markets. So this is exposure to a wide range of stocks from so-called emerging economies. There are many holdings in this specific ETF. Third, we have with 14% iShares MSCI Turkey. So as you might already guessed, this is exposure to Turkey's economy. Then we have Franklin India, and as the name suggests, exposure to large and mid-capitalization stocks in India. Xtrackers FTSE China 50. Again, this is just exposure to Chinese economy, having little bit different positions than in the biggest one, the Franklin China one, but also here the biggest position at the moment is Tencent, for example. Then we have Luxor Core Morningstar US, 6% of my ETF money in there. This is exposure to large and mid-cap companies in the United States. So the biggest positions include, as you might guess, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook, and so forth. The biggest companies in the US. So this is a bet on US economy with this 6%. And finally, Xtrackers FTSE 100. This ETF is designed to reflect the performance of the shares of the largest 100 UK companies listed on the London Stock Exchange. So that's a bet on the UK economy. So 27% of my portfolio at the moment in ETFs, and these are the ETFs I have at the moment. As said, I think I will do a video later on ETFs, but if there is someone watching this video who doesn't know what ETFs are, I suggest you Google it or search it in YouTube, because ETF investing has been so popular recently. I bet you find good videos explaining to you what is an ETF. So you can go watch that one and come back to this video if you don't know what an ETF is already. So there it was, my full portfolio. What did you think of it? Do you agree that there are some good stocks or ETFs there, or do you probably disagree that there is something that shouldn't be there? Let me and other viewers know it down in the comment section below. And before we go, I just want to say that I will in the future tell you if I buy or sell some of these stocks or ETFs. I will do that, but I will not promise to do it in real time or the same day or the next day or anything. I will do it at some point, but I will not do it immediately. That's just something I want you to know going forward from here. So, hey, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. And wherever you are, have a good day or night, depending on the time. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.